Thank you again to all of our viewers who are here with us on Live Now from Fox. Sky Fox up in the air, giving us looks at the site where we had that tragedy with 8 lives that were lost over the weekend. And we have had a number of also now attorneys speaking out. We do actually have more lawsuits that are going to be filed. Hearing from some of those attorneys a little bit later here today. We'll be definitely streaming that here on Live Now from Fox. We're expected to hear from some attorneys who are representing at least 30 victims. So they will be speaking here in about a half hour. But we do have investigators on scene. And we did also hear from rapper Drake. He did release his first public reaction to the deadly incident at the Astroworld Festival on Friday after joining Travis Scott on stage during his set that night. He shared a message on his Instagram account on Monday saying, "I've spent the past few days trying to wrap my mind around this devastating tragedy. I hate resorting to this platform to express an emotion as delicate as grief, but this is where I find myself. My heart is broken for the families and friends of those who lost their lives and for anyone who is suffering. I will continue to pray for all of them and will be of service in any way I can. May God be with you." Now, officials have said that roughly 50,000 people attending the music festival in Houston, and of those 50,000, they did have 8 people who died. 6 still remain in the hospital, all according to authorities. Now, law enforcement officials say they're working diligently to find out what went wrong Friday night during the performance. Now, according to some attendees, the tragedy unfolded when the crowd rushed the stage, where people were squished together to a point where it was hard to breathe. Although some also speculated drugs may have also played a factor. We have also heard from Houston Police Chief Troy Finner, who said he met with Scott and his head of his security for a few moments on Friday before the rapper performed and expressed his concerns regarding public safety. Now, the police chief on Monday did describe the meeting as brief and respectful, did not elaborate, though, on any specific safety concerns at the Astroworld Festival. Now, as Travis Scott prepared to take the stage around 9 p.m. on Friday, that's when the crowd grew a little rowdier. And according to Houston Fire Chief, they did site patrol, determined around 9:15 is when the event was escalating. They called for backup, and about 15 minutes later, around 9:30, is when the mass casualty incident was declared. Now, additional fire units, ambulance were all dispatched to NRG Park to help. And he said when people started becoming unconscious or reports of overdoses, cardiac arrests, at that point, it seemed to me they were quickly overwhelmed, and our units stepped in to fill that gap. So he estimated 25 people initially transported to the hospital on Friday, but we do know hundreds have reported injuries from this incident. Now, they did say they administered a lot of Narcan, and it doesn't mean that they all had overdosed, but Narcan is something they give to patients that they don't know what the cause of their situation may be when they're unconscious. Now, victims' causes of death have not been officially confirmed and released. And Fox News did confirm that Scott is covering the victims' funeral expenses and is offering also some therapy to those festival attendees. So this story only continues to unfold as we are just getting into the start of this investigation. Again, loved ones really feeling a lot of grief as they are, again, mourning the loss of those 8 people who died during the Astroworld Festival, again, on Friday night. So Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences has already released the identities. Those ages range all the way from 14 to 27, but the manner of their deaths are still pending. So we do continue to follow this story. As I mentioned, we will have a press conference with some of those attorneys who are representing more than 30 victims of this Astroworld Music Festival tragedy. These lawsuits are against not only the promoters, but also Travis Scott himself, as this is one of the deadliest concerts in U.S. history. And so we will be hearing from, again, these attorneys who are representing 30 victims. Coming up, it's supposed to be happening at 1:30 Eastern Time, and that's going to be here coming up in just about a half hour. So they did put out a statement ahead of time saying our clients are minors and young adults in college. They've sustained physical injuries, broken ribs, torn hamstrings, torn rotator cuffs, and have seen people die right in front of them, all on video footage. The amount of damages are in the millions. No one of their young people will be the same physically nor emotionally. They are ruined in so many ways in their young life. It's tragedy that could have been prevented considering the evidence, videos, as well as previous history from last concerts. Again, this is attorneys Ramos and Clark, who will be giving a press conference coming up here in a half hour.